Stop right there. Do not buy Apple's brand new M2 iPad Pro because it is a marketing trap. Yes, I know their new video looks awesome. The new M2 iPad Pro looks amazing with all these features, but Apple is hiding some things from you, which I'm gonna get into in this video. Now, yes, they've added the new M2 chip from their MacBook lineup, the hovering Apple Pencil feature, and more, but this is actually the worst update I've ever seen on any Apple product in years, and I'm gonna explain why. Getting right into it, one of the cool new features of the M2 iPad Pro is that it has a landscape camera on the side instead of the top. Just kidding, that's actually the base budget iPad because the M2 iPad Pro somehow does not get the new landscape camera. This is actually really stupid and ridiculous because we had so many leaks pointing to a new landscape camera coming to the iPad Pro as a Pro feature, but they give it to the budget iPad and the brand new M2 iPad Pro does not get it. Not only that, but Apple gave us a brand new Magic Keyboard Folio, but only for the base iPad. Yes, the M2 iPad Pro doesn't get any new keyboard at all. So basically, the budget iPad gets all of the cool new features and accessories this year, while the iPad Pro gets none of it. And you're probably wondering what exactly did change with the M2 iPad Pro. Well, iFondo on Twitter gave us a good list of basically 4 changes. That's it, just 4 changes where you could be going on Amazon and buying a renewed M1 iPad Pro for only $615. Absolutely killer deal with a 90-day Amazon renewed money-back guarantee. Or instead, just $50 off, buy the M1 iPad Pro for $750 instead of buying and waiting for the M2. But getting back to that list, we basically have the M2 chip, the Apple Pencil hover feature, we have those new ProRes video recording features with Smart HDR4, and we have some Wi-Fi differences like Bluetooth 5.3 and Wi-Fi 6E. However, there are some things that Apple is hiding from you within all of those features that you absolutely need to know about because most of it is just marketing. But before I explain exactly what I'm talking about, I've got to give a shout out to the sponsor of this video, Pulseway. Need to troubleshoot while taking kids to their after-school activities? Did your server go down at the wrong place in the wrong time? Well, guess what? Pulseway can help with an all-in-one IT management platform that helps you centrally control all your desktops, servers, and network devices. Even better, their native mobile app gives you control from anywhere. And the best part, they're having a special offer right now for our viewers. Click on the link below, start a no-commitment trial, and become a true IT hero with Pulseway. Now, getting back to the M2 iPad Pro, the biggest issue is that it basically features an identical display and camera hardware from the 2021 M1 model. And this is where my issue with it comes in because the M1 model came out in April of 2021, which means that it packs camera hardware from basically the iPhone 12 lineup of camera hardware. Now, in Apple's awesome marketing video, they showed off people using the new M2 iPad Pro as basically a film camera recording ProRes video and then editing it on the iPad Pro itself. However, anyone in the real world is going to be using the best camera hardware they can get. So why would they use the new M2 iPad Pro with old iPhone 12 hardware when they could simply grab their iPhone 13 Pro or 14 Pro and get much better video quality, since that actually supports Dolby Vision recording, which this M2 iPad Pro doesn't have. So basically, anybody that's serious about video recording would not be using this iPad Pro with old camera hardware. And now moving on to my next issue, that is the M2 chip and how Apple is marketing it as a huge deal, allowing creators to do so much more than they could before with the M1 chip. But I don't believe that. Well, first of all, in Apple's marketing video, they showed off that the M2 chip is up to 15% faster than the M1. However, when Apple released their M2 MacBook Air, they showed off that it's 18% faster than the M1, which basically means that Apple is admitting that the M2 iPad Pro's chip is hard capped slower than the same M2 chip in the MacBook Air. And that's actually the peak performance. That's not sustained performance. That might go down even more due to overheating within the iPad Pro's smaller chassis. And my big issue with all of that is that the M2 chip is basically the only big thing that changed within this new iPad Pro, and Apple is making a huge deal about it. However, let me show you guys how powerful the M1 chip already is, because I think it's already overkill and you're not gonna notice any real world difference with the M2 chip. Just take a look at this gaming comparison that I did a while back comparing the Tab S8 Ultra to the M1 iPad Pro. As you can see, in Call of Duty Mobile, it was already getting 117 FPS average with the 120Hz display. Same thing for Pokemon Unite, 118.7 average FPS. League of Legends Wild Rift, 118.1. And then finally, the most graphically intensive game out there for iOS or iPadOS, which is Genshin Impact. Really high performance game, 113.8 FPS average, which basically means the M2 chip isn't really gonna do much for you at all in terms of noticeable performance improvements, at least for gaming, and I believe everything else as well. And now let's get into the next feature that Apple showed off in their marketing, which is the new hover feature for the Apple Pencil. Well, my issue with that is that Samsung released hover support for the S Pen back in 2012. It is nothing new, it's nothing innovative, it's been around for over 10 years. And Apple is just releasing it saying that it's exclusive to the M2 iPad Pro, where it's really basically just a software addition that they added in to sweeten the deal with the M2. But alright guys, I've gotta admit that there is one really cool change that might actually be worth it for the M2 iPad Pro, which is the new included woven or braided USB-C cable. That is actually nice. Those cables are sweet, and it's nice that Apple is including it, or of course you could just buy it separately for your M1 iPad Pro on Apple's website. But really, the star of the show is the software once again, because DaVinci Resolve is coming soon to the iPad Pro, enhanced by the M2 chip, but of course, it's not gonna be exclusive to the M2. You could do it on the M1 or other iPads as well. And now, if you're wondering why Apple would do this to us, giving us the worst Apple product update in years, I think I have an explanation. The reason that I see the iPad Pro not having the landscape camera or other new hardware changes is because they are not willing to redesign the internals or basically anything other than the chip, because it's gonna add to the cost. They can simply swap out the main board with the M2 chip really quick and easy, but nothing else is being changed. So basically, the whole reason this M2 iPad Pro is getting released is because it's gonna boost their revenue at the end of the year and give people something new to buy. So basically, Apple gets to release some new iPads to boost their profits while using the least amount of effort with the path of least resistance. And that's probably because Apple knows that a recession is here or it's coming, so why try very hard and put out some really nice new products when sales are probably gonna be down anyway? So it's a smart move from Apple to make an easy and low-cost update to the iPad Pro, and I think it's gonna work, but it's us consumers that are sitting here disappointed by a really bad M2 iPad Pro update. So once again, I really recommend you guys just go and buy the M1 iPad Pro on Amazon. Look at that, $615. That is a great deal for everything that you get. So with that said, if you completely disagree with my take in this video, then let me know down in the comment section below. But if you enjoyed it, click the circle above to subscribe for more videos like this one, and check out Max's video on the new Tension iPad right over there. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.